Hey there, it's Natalie, and I'm here in our Juba compound in South Sudan, where we're doing lots of work to try to reduce the flooding here. And we're making a couple different size A-frames, and I decided to make a quick video because we're calibrating, and this is the #1 place where people go wrong with A-frames. You have to recalibrate it every time, every day that you're going to use it. So how we do that, there's Amule. Hi Amule.
Hi.
So we just made a tiny little A-frame. One tip is that we always like to make, where's the measuring tape? You know, if you set this to a certain, can you just show us how wide is that? First, we can start here. So we made this 2 feet, and now whenever we peg, we know that what that measurement is. So we're using the A-frame, we're stacking functions, right, in permaculture. So we've made an A-frame, but it also doubles as a little metric. So we know that every place we peg is 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. So that helps us measure. So we've made a little A-frame. You know, it doesn't really matter how big it is. Big land, big A-frame. Small land, small A-frame, okay? So what we've done is we've just joined these 2 woods here, these 2 timbers. We've hung a string directly as much in the center as possible. All right, we've tied a little rock on there, and now what we're going to do is calibrate. So the way we calibrate, there's 2 ways to do it. You can either do it on a hill or on a little object. So we just are using another little chunk of 2x2, and we're putting it exactly here on this little mark. Go ahead, Amule, just put it exactly where we had it. So now, so we've placed it on this object, and we've marked exactly where that is. And then, okay, so now Amule, just make the new mark. So we mark that point, you know, the string is gonna swing down, and we mark that point with a small little mark. Then we very carefully lift it up and turn it to the other side. Go ahead. Just pick it up and place it exactly the opposite in the same exact place, okay? Let's put it here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. So now the string is hanging in a new position because it's now downhill from the 2x2 chunk. So we're marking that location. Then there's a lot of different ways you can do this. It doesn't have to be very scientific. We can take our sisal rule and cut a small string and measure. Oh, I really want everyone to see how Amule is making scissors on an edge. Just bang that off, and then is measuring that little distance between the 2 marks, and then he's going to fold that string in half. You can do this with a piece of grass also. We do that often. And then that half point is where we find our center line, okay? The other way to do it is if you don't have an object, you just find a place where you know is more uphill and more downhill, and you just mark those, you know, the points on the uphill and the downhill. And so this, yeah, so now that is our center line. It is very important to recalibrate every time, every day you use it. Why? Because kids will stand on it or step on it and shift the geometry, the symmetry of the A-frame. And so you always need to recalibrate every time you use it. A goat is going to step on it. Babies are going to climb on it. So we always have to recalibrate. So I hope that's helpful. And there you go. Thanks, Amule.
Thank you too.